When I'm beading, I try to put the best intentions in each piece. And honestly, I more focus on that almost as if it's like I'm putting good medicine in each piece. So as I'm laying the beads down, it's almost like therapy. So any negative thought that I have is gone as soon as I start beading.
I started beading, I was trying to get sober actually. And I find as a person, my brain is very all over the place all the time. And somebody had recommended that I try beading. Like we say beading is medicine, and it's true. It really is meditative and kind of slows you down and gives you something to focus on, something to put your energy into. And from there, it just kind of stuck and has led me to a million great places.
I've been doing it since birth. So it's funny, I like to say that my mom never taught me. She never hands-on taught me. I would always just watch her and replicate every single thing that she did. And that's how I developed my own skill.
Is there any particular thing that you think about when you're beading, or you just let your mind?
Honestly, it's funny because it's like a lot of thoughts come up, and honestly, my favorite part is like thinking about how the end result is going to be. Because personally for me, as I'm beading and looking at the beads that I specifically use, just seeing the sparkle, and like the entire time I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, is it sparkling correctly? And like, that's mostly what I'm thinking about, honestly. I hope that they look at these pieces and view our ancestral DNA and how many generations of designs and how we contemporize traditional designs and everything, and just like take that and run, especially our youth. I want them to just be inspired by these pieces and, you know, evolve with it, carry it with them.
It depends what I'm going through at the time. I try to bead when I'm in a good space. Like I definitely feel like when you're done your beadwork, it kind of takes on a life of its own. And whether it's going to a gallery or whether it's going to a loved one or you're selling it to someone, you know, it's taking that energy into their home and into their life. So I try to come into beadwork with, you know, good wishes for that person and kind of picturing the life it's going to have. And of course, hoping that it ends up somewhere where it's, you know, loved and taken care of. With these specific pieces, I hope that people feel a sense of calm. Like for me, I grew up living with my grandmother, and she was an artist. And so every time I get to bring her into a gallery, like through her portrait, feels really special to me. But she was an artist, and her little studio was in the hallway outside my bedroom. And so I'd fall asleep with the door open while she's like splish splashing in paint and like turpentine and like all those smells and that feeling. I always felt really safe and really loved. And I guess with my beadwork, I hope that people feel that too.